Now, recently you may have seen me drive the Nissan Versa. It's not an SUV, it's not an electric vehicle, both wildly popular these days. Well, that is why I picked the Versa. I've always been one to go against the grain and try and hopefully find some vehicles that you, our viewers, might be interested as alternatives to today's popular trend. Well, this week, if you'll allow me, I would like to go against the grain again. Now, this segment, and you've heard me say this before, I don't believe gets the respect it really deserves. That, of course, is the minivan. Last year, I drove the new Toyota Sienna, a vehicle Consumers Report once called the most sensible vehicle on the planet. Sensible, I would think, is a word that make marketing suits cringe. But in the end, isn't that what most consumers are looking for? Minivans only represent about 2% of the market in Canada. So let's ask Toyota why they, along with Honda, Chrysler, and Kia, continue to make minivans.
See, I'm getting used now to being asked this question. Everybody else is leaving the marketplace. Why are you bringing out a new one? And the answer to it is, we think there's lots of opportunity in parts of the market where other companies have decided that they can no longer be competitive.
Now, along with ditching the 3.5 V6 with an automatic transmission, the new Sienna now has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with a CVT transmission, and the Sienna only comes in one flavor, hybrid. But what if customers don't want that added technology?
For most Canadians, they're looking for the most fuel-efficient, most power-efficient, and easiest driving vehicle they can find, particularly in the minivan class. This is a family vehicle. It's going to take you on long trips. You don't want to be thinking about how often you have to stop for gas. So I think that making it just the base powertrain as a hybrid actually solves a lot of problems for our customers.
People watching now, they think these things aren't cool. Your thoughts on what?
Oh, they're very cool. I mean, showing off your ability to have offspring is pretty damn cool, I think, right? So I think the van is a good virility symbol, but a lot of people that buy vans don't even have kids. It's just it's their limousine, it's their lounge, it's their pickup truck.
Now, we all know our Russ Bond likes fast cars, but what you may not know is Russ is also a very practical and sensible consumer.
The thing I like about minivans that you can't get away from is the accessibility. You got these two massive, great big doors on each side, plus a big hatch, so it's easy to get stuff in and out of. If you're in those big SUVs you're talking about, try get in the third row, see how easy that is, and then try to get out. So the big difference to me, and the advantage of a minivan, is the accessibility to get stuff in and to get stuff out.
Recently, I was driving the INFINITI QX60, a luxury 3-row SUV, which are gaining in popularity. But I suggest that these are simply minivan wannabes with less utility. And you can bet that lots of soccer mums and dads are driving these expensive SUVs to the games. You're going to hate me for asking this question, but are these luxury 3-row vehicles starting to look more like minivans?
Well, we don't have the sliding doors. And I talked to you about this, the utility is not quite there. But I think what changes them or makes them different from minivans is definitely the styling. You can't have a minivan which has a bold presence on the road. It still looks like a minivan. The essence of a minivan is utility, right? That's what you're concerned with. That's kind of overpowering everything else that you could possibly do to it. It's a different element.
Why do you think they call them mummy mobiles? Why do you think people don't think they're cool?
Because they, mummy mobiles, because they, like, mums take everyone everywhere in minivans. Like, they can take how many, like 7 people in the car at once, so.
Does your mom think they're cool?
No.
Some of the minivans nowadays, they're quite good looking. I think the biggest problem with a minivan is the name. If it was called a Deliverer or a, Spartan 2 or something, it would be fantastic. Minivan drags it down, but I'm telling you, at the end of the day, you want to be comfortable, you want to have some luxury, and you want to be able to get stuff in and out of your vehicle if that's what you're doing with 6, 7, 8 people. A minivan is the way to go.
Now, I may not have convinced you to purchase a minivan, but hopefully you'll take my suggestion. And if you're looking for a luxury SUV with 3 rows, after you test drive that with the family, check out a minivan. Any minivan, whichever one suits your family. As for the Sienna, hey, it's a Toyota. They're bulletproof. However, I do wish they'd kept the V6 and the automatic transmission. As for going with only one flavor, as in the hybrid, is that a gamble? Well, you know, a lot of consumers may not want that extra layer of technology in their engine. In fact, I can hear Bill Gardner speaking over my shoulder right now and saying, Brad, keep it simple when it comes to engines. Who might argue with Bill or Toyota? You make the choice. That's it for now. We'll see you next time out as we continue to bring you more stories about cars and the people who drive them.
When motoring launched in 1988, it was only found on TV. Not anymore. We have a robust website with the best auto journalists in the country. Our Facebook, where the only topic of conversation is cars, and where it's easy to win cool swag. YouTube, which boasts 30 years of archives at your fingertips, including complete episodes. Cool shirts, right? For the first time ever, we're selling them. Google Motoring TV Shop to get yours today.